In my previous video discussing this movie, I made the prediction, or at least stated my belief, that Millie Alcock's energy and charisma could be enough to pull this movie through. Well, I was right.
My second day on House of the Dragon, one of the, I'm not going to say who, but someone very high up pulled me aside and was like, we're going to get you an acting coach.
Or at least, I was 20% right. In context of pop culture, it is often sad to see a film with potential to be decent, captivating, and entertaining fall flat. Okay, here I am walking into the 4 o'clock showing for Supergirl, and a lot of pre-release buzz about this film. Let's see who's here. Oh my goodness.
The DQ $7 meal deal.
I got the whole place to myself. And this is, well, tomorrow's opening day, but this is one of the fan, I guess, pre-showings. I'll take this chair. My God, this movie cannot be this bad. It cannot be this bad. But we'll see. I wanted this movie to be good. I really did. But after seeing it, I kind of felt like this. So let's start with Millie Alcock. Now, in my previous video, I stated that I thought her image, from the imagery alone that had been put out, that she made the perfect Supergirl. Okay, on that point, I'm going to stand by my comments. I still think she looked the part. I think she came across in the context of the story that they were putting up on the film or on screen. I think she perfectly fit the role. Now, I know there are others that disagree, and since the movie release, she's been receiving a lot of flack about her looks. A lot of people are making fun of her looks, even down to making derogatory comments about her teeth.
Millie Alcock is getting insanely trolled for her teeth. While promoting Supergirl, the actress became the target of viral social media posts that zoomed in on her smile. Users across social media mocked her natural teeth, and others making jokes about the way her mouth looks in interviews and red carpet appearances.
But I find all that insulting, and just even on a personal level, and I'm going to stand by my comment. I think she looks like Supergirl. Are there other actresses who could have done better? Sure. Sydney Sweeney. Sydney Sweeney would have made a good Supergirl, but they didn't choose to go that route. So I just think that all the criticism that she's receiving for her looks is juvenile and out of place. Now, with that being said, I want to kind of shorten this. I planned on doing a little bit longer review, but there are so many reviews out there, and most people who have made the decision as to whether or not they're going to go see it. So I want to talk about, I think, what is the true tragedy of this film. Now, Millie Alcock's acting isn't the tragedy of the film. I think she did the best she could with the material that was provided for her. The plot, which was just an ABCD, all this happens because we need it to happen type plot. There was a lot of confusion about whose movie it actually was. Was it Supergirl? Was it Krypto's movie? Was it the kids' movie out on the Mission of Revenge? The entire Jason Momoa bit, Lobo, could have been edited. It did nothing. It added nothing to the film. Krypto got to be annoying. It's not often that you watch a movie that has a dog in it and you wind up hating the dog. They should have gone back and looked at an old movie called A Boy and His Dog, which was a 70s film, I believe. I did a review on it once, and just to see how to make a dog sympathetic. And then Superman was underutilized, I thought. Now, those are the quick bullet points. But here's the movie's true fatal flaw. Potential. The term potential is a word that can have both positive and negative connotations. In the sports world, if you're at the college, the collegiate or the pro level, and someone talks about you and he says, well, that kid has great potential. Okay, that's a death knell, man. That means your career is over. Potential can have a positive connotation. If you take something like, say, a movie script and read it and you think, okay, there's the kernel of a story here. There's the essence of a story here. How can we make it something that audiences will want to pay money and sit down and watch? and be engaged by? How can we do that? Well, first, you can give the script idea to an actual writer. That, of course, did not happen in the making of Supergirl.
I try to approach every character that I write from a place of what feels the most true to me about them. For Kara, it was like this backstory that she had, and I always try to come at it that way and put on some blinders and see what the character means to me before I take them off.
You can tell that the writer that you hire that, okay, we don't want an agenda movie. We don't want just another in a long line of woke conflicts. We don't want a character that's just petulant because she's petulant, just so she can prove some kind of point.
Okay, this does not look like this is gonna end well for you guys.
We want a character struggle. Millie Alcott could have done that better than she did in the actual film. The way it all starts out is that she's in that frame of mind when you first meet her. Her character is at that point in her life where she doesn't really care about anything but hanging around and getting drunk, and there's absolutely nothing to latch onto, nothing to sort of identify with and say, okay, how did she get here? That comes later in the film, and it was just a poorly constructed. You would then go on to tell the writer that if you're going to have conflict in the film, which, conflict is the essence of drama. So if you're going to have conflict in the film, you want it to mean something. You want it to have a purpose. Something which goes beyond, bad guy bad and I have to kill him. In the B story of whatever her frickin' name was, I saw the film and I can't even remember what the girl's name was. The girl who was out for revenge with her sword. I can't even remember. And I'm too glad, I don't feel like looking it up, man. But if you see the movie, you know who I'm talking about. Again, there was no sympathy for her cause, because what put her down this road of seeking revenge is a trope that's been used again and again and again and again. And if you want to see, or if you want an example of a character bent on revenge who was slowly built to that point in a truly engaging and sympathetic and understanding manner, then Arya Stark from Game of Thrones, in the first 6 seasons of Game of Thrones, was slowly built into that character, that you understand why she wants revenge. This character in Supergirl was just, she happened to be there when the bad guy showed up. And so she's dedicated the rest of her life. And it's got to be now. It's got to be now. I got to find him now. Now. It's like Veruca Salt. That's what she reminded me of. Veruca Salt. Am I saying that right? Veruca Salt. There, that's better. But from Charlie, the Willy and the Chocolate, Willy Wonka or whatever. So there was just very little to grab onto in this film. There was very little engagement. Parts of it were boring. Now, it had its moments. Again, the flashback scenes of Kara with her parents and getting off the planet and all that. I thought Millie Alcott's acting was much better in the flashback scenes. The scenes with Superman, I thought, were better than the overall tone and direction and all that of the majority of the film itself. But they were too few and far between. So if you haven't seen the film yet, here's what you can expect. If you decide to go see it, you're going to find a character that had great potential. But just like the athlete who's trying to make a team, one of the assistant coaches looks at the head coach and says, that kid's got great potential. By tomorrow, you won't remember much of anything about this film because it had great potential. It could have been good. Too bad they didn't put much effort into it. Too bad James Gunn decided to just ruin another film by making it in the image of Guardians of the Galaxy without any of the charm of Guardians of the Galaxy. And you'll walk out of it the same way I did when I went to see it yesterday. And that is, okay, I don't quite feel like I wasted my money, but I could have used it to get drunk. As always, thanks for watching.